Hey, good evening. Thanks for joining us in our midweek devotional period. I've got a short devotional thought I wanted to bring you from John chapter 5, and I'll be reading verses 5 through 16. But the story here is Jesus meets a man at a pool called Bethesda, and he has compassion on him and heals him. And the story is that an angel would come down at a certain time and stir the water in the pool. And the first person in the pool after that happened was healed. So that's where our story begins. So let's start reading there in verse 5 of John chapter 5. Now a certain man was there who had an infirmity 38 years. When Jesus saw him lying there and knew that he had already been in that condition a long time, he said to him, "Do you want to be made well?" The sick man answered him, "Sir, I have no man to put me into the pool when the water is stirred up, but while I'm coming, another steps down before me." Jesus said to him, "Rise, take up your bed and walk." And immediately the man was made well, took up his bed and walked. And that day was the Sabbath. The Jews therefore said to him who was cured, "It is the Sabbath, it is not lawful for you to carry your bed." He answered them, "He who made me well said to me, take up your bed and walk." Then they asked him, "Who is the man who said to you, take up your bed and walk?" But the one who was healed did not know who it was, for Jesus had withdrawn, a multitude being in that place. Afterward Jesus found him in the temple and said to him, "See, you have been made well. Sin no more, lest a worse thing come upon you." The man departed and told the Jews that it was Jesus who had made him well. Verse 16 says, "For this reason the Jews persecuted Jesus and sought to kill him, because he had done these things on the Sabbath." After reading that passage, what stands out to you about the story? I'll tell you a couple of things that stand out to me. The main thing that stands out to me is Jesus healed a man that was lame or had a lot of trouble walking, and had the infirmity he had for 38 years. And day after day, it sounds like, he watched other people that could walk go down in front of him and get in the pool and be healed. And he was wanting to be healed, he was trying to be healed, but he couldn't get there. So this man had been watching that. So Jesus had compassion on him and healed him. I mean, it's an awesome event. It's miraculous. And it shows Jesus' power to save. So it's an awesome event. The other thing that stands out to me, which is a negative thing, the Jews were not impressed. And not only were they not impressed, but they were angry because of what happened here. They were upset that the man that was healed had broken a man-made rule of the Sabbath. Verse 16, that says how upset they were. It says, "For this reason the Jews persecuted Jesus and sought to kill him, because he had done these things on the Sabbath." Even though Jesus was the prophesied Messiah that the Jews had been taught about since birth, basically, and even though he had just miraculously and compassionately healed this man, they were angry at Jesus to the point of wanting to kill him. They were more concerned with the fact that not that this man was healed and was able to take up his bed and walk. They were more concerned with the fact that he took up his bed and walked, and their rule about the Sabbath said he couldn't do that. So my thought of this devotional tonight is, have you ever been so focused on what you were doing or how you were doing it, or your methods or responsibilities that are involved in what you're doing, that you lost sight of the primary goal that you were trying to reach? Have you ever been in that condition? Have you let your attitude be negatively affected by the things the responsibilities that you have and the things that you have to do on a day-to-day basis? Have you let the process that you go through cause the end point that you're trying to reach be diminished or damaged? Sometimes we get caught up in the day-to-day responsibilities and the things that we have to do that we forget why we're doing what we're doing and how we should do it. The things that just come to mind for me about that are jobs. school, our relationships, and of course in the church. If the method or the process that we use consumes us to the point that we damage our primary goal, and I think it's time that we step back, take a break, and refocus. We need to examine what we're doing, why we're doing it, and how we're doing it. In the church, we have responsibilities and goals that we're given by the scriptures. Our primary goal, as we're told in Ecclesiastes chapter 12, is to fear God and keep His commandments. That's the overarching primary goal that we have. But there are things under that that we do to make that happen and to accomplish that. The main things that I think about as Christians that we have as responsibilities and goals are to seek the lost, to disciple Christians, to help those in need, and to show the love of Christ to those around us, all the people we come in contact with. So if the things that we do to help us accomplish those goals cause us to not do them well, or if we don't do them with the correct attitude, or maybe we don't even do them at all because of all of the things that we have to do, I think it's time that we reevaluate what we're doing, why we're doing it, and how we're doing it. So it's always good to reevaluate those things. And folks, let's try to focus on showing the love of Christ to those around us in all we do. Thanks for joining us. I hope you have a blessed week, and I hope to see you soon.